Apple thing that lets you like develop like any app that you can think of, and then it just goes onto the App Store. Because like there's this app for Windows that I was able to make in HTML, but it doesn't work right. But I made it, or I use it. It's a snaptimer, but it isn't available for iPhone or. And then I might also want like I don't know. I haven't checked to see if it's on Android, but it would be great if there was one on an iPhone that just works like snaptimer for Windows, like from the portable apps. But like where you can have it say something, and then where there's a pop-up that says cofeffey, and it says and you can, and it's defaulted to an hour, and then you just have the timer go, and then there's a notification, and then if you click on the notification, then you can press OK, and then the timer starts over, kind of like on Windows. But it seems like it would be a little bit difficult to pull off on iOS, because it's better for on a computer. But how do you think I could make that work where it like has the pop up somewhere in iOS, but like where it doesn't restart it until you easily go to it and press OK?
It sounds like you're thinking about bringing your snap timer concept over to iOS, and you're wondering about the Apple tool that lets you do that. The main development environment for creating any kind of app for iPhone is called Xcode. It's a powerful toolkit where you can build, test, and ultimately distribute apps right onto the App Store. Now, for the kind of timer app you're describing, something that defaults to an hour and then displays a notification that you need to acknowledge before it restarts, you can definitely do that with Xcode. iOS has notification support, so you can have your app send out a reminder after the timer finishes, and then yes, the user would tap on that notification to open the app and restart it. To make it happen smoothly, it's just about getting comfortable with Xcode and the Apple developer tools. It might feel a little different from how you did it on Windows, but it's definitely doable.
So like I know like for like any app like that you have to like do like some sort of like a one of those like plus plus, or like those kind of jailbroken types of app stores where there's like where you can have like literally like any app on iOS. But like for the actual app store, if I wanted to just develop this Snap Timer Cafefe app, and I want to have like, is there anything that I have to go through in order to actually have it on the app store, or like is there any kind of like a thing where they, because like I remember there was like the Steve Jobs, there was like, oh, there's an app for that, and like I wonder if there was like I wonder if there is like if there's like maybe they run it through like a check or something, like before it's approved. Does it work like that?
Absolutely. So when you're bringing your Snap Timer up to the App Store, there is indeed a review process. Apple's pretty well known for that. They do have a standard check to make sure the app meets their guidelines. So they want to ensure that everything's stable, it runs smoothly, it follows their rules, and it's not doing anything that they don't allow on the platform. So once you build it in Xcode, you submit it to Apple, and then they'll review it. And if everything checks out, then yep, it gets approved and it can be on the App Store. So that's kind of the process. There's a little review step in between.
Okay, that's what I thought. So like for like the CuffFA app as described, could you look at the Apple like the terms of, like the criteria for like an app and see if it breaks any of the rules, like if that would be something that would just work on the App Store, like if it would probably like the chance, and give me a number 1 to 100 of its chance of being approved.
Based on Apple's current app review guidelines for 2026, they do indeed have a thorough set of criteria that every app needs to meet. They focus on safety, performance, design, and legal aspects. For the type of timer app you're describing, one that just runs a countdown and sends a notification, it's actually quite straightforward from Apple's perspective. As long as you're not doing anything with objectionable content, misusing user data, or trying to work around the system, you should be fine. The guidelines are pretty clear about keeping things user-friendly and safe, and a timer app that's just about notifications and simple reminders will generally not run afoul of those rules. So if we're talking
Well, the thing of like the specific thing about to get it to work on and on the newer iPhones or the iPhone SE third generation is that it would also need to not be an actual like some kind of like a pop-up. It would need to be like an actual notification that is easily accessible even after a little while, and where it doesn't actually show the pop-up, it just like maybe makes a noise or something, or maybe you could turn the noise off, or maybe you could choose vibration, or maybe you could like maybe you could just like have the have it like be a notification where like it has something that goes to the app whenever you click on the notification every hour, and then you would press a button to start the time over, and then you would see the countdown for another hour. And you could also do persistent like settings, like say if you wanted to switch it to like an hour and 5 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, or like if you wanted it to say something other than the default cofeffey. Um, but like if I make this video and then I make the suggestion on YouTube, then like specifically like if like I'm actually probably gonna do that. So like if you're developing this, make it a utility and make it free, because like otherwise like I want this app to be free if anybody else makes it. But sometimes like I don't have enough reach for it to probably have gotten to anybody, even though I have commented on a lot of things on several like major like companies that make computers and software and operating systems and stuff. But like I don't think they actually know I exist, just like every person on every TikTok and YouTube. I don't think anybody knows I exist, but making a snap timer would be pretty cool to like. It's a niche thing that is has helped me so much in productivity of like of my coffee workflow, and with those specific settings, which are specific to how I set up snap timer. But like I have the HTML thing that like does the same thing on Windows, but like to have the same thing, I don't know. Like how do you think that would work? Like would the notification like would just like pop up like on the hour, and then it would take you to the app whenever you clicked on it, and then you would press OK, and then it would start over, and then would the workflow of that would that if the app worked in that way, do you think that there are any logical flaws that you can think of?
Yeah, absolutely. So the workflow you're describing definitely fits well within what iOS can do with notifications. Essentially, you'd set it up as a local notification that triggers after your chosen interval, like an hour, and then when the user taps it, it opens the app again, and then so they can confirm and restart the timer. That's all within Apple's guidelines. In terms of any logical flaws, I think the main thing is just making sure the user experience is smooth and the notification isn't intrusive. You could let people customize whether they want sound, vibration, or just a silent pop-up, and that's all doable. It really just comes down.
I think that I think that this is something that I don't know, like maybe somebody sees it and they develop it and they make it free because it's helpful to everybody. Like maybe somebody else makes it before I do. I don't know. But like this is probably something I'll put on Ghetto Circuit rather than Green Circuit for like it's definitely not a shade error thing. It's definitely more that green cyber stuff. But I think maybe Ghetto Circuit, because I feel like Ghetto Circuit would be the kind of guy who would come up with this and then also come up with like or mention the that that sort of like plus plus type of an app store, like which I never like any iPhone I have, like I don't use those, but I've heard about I've heard about those things on like actually I think somebody like I think I might have done that like on one. Uh, I'm not sure. Like I think I might have like just to get some experience and like learn about like how that works. But it no, it wasn't like I think it was my friend was showing me that they had it set up, but like I would never do that like with because like it would be tied to like Like literally, like I log in, like as soon as you get an iPhone, you log in with the Apple ID, and then like if you were to do that, because the security, like any sort of like a backdoor, like that, they're really specific about creating backdoors, and like that like if one ever existed, that it would be bad. And so like literally, like like in order to make it to where you can have that type of an app store, like the time where you can have plus plus apps and stuff, like literally, like you have to it has to, like it's not even an iPhone anymore. Like literally, um, I don't know. Like I just saw the Emoji movie, and I heard jailbreak, or I saw jailbreak, and that's that's a cool like goth hacker like makeup look, and then like a beanie. I might get like, cause like there's these three hats that I want to get, and I the third one is just because of that one. Um, it's a maybe getting a black beanie for to pull off that sort of look. I don't know, but just so with the snap timer, you have to set it up in a specific way for it to work like that. But like literally, like I got the countdown, I got 34 minutes, and then it's gonna say cofeffey, and it's on 60. Like it's sort of, it's not the out of the, it's not like what it does out of the box, but like on my website there is the snap timer thing, and I'm pretty sure because it doesn't work on an iPhone. Like you could just like do this like because it would need to have the notification or have it would have to be an app. Um, but I think I have like so time snap timer, sand timer. Where is it? Time. Time. Yeah, cofeffey. Okay, so snap timer portable. So this is what I use. You can set it up how I use it, but like I want this for for iOS, but where it works like this HTML thing for the website, where like literally it like has the message like message cofeffey. It is an hour, and then you hit start, and then uh in that certain amount of time it'll do it. So like let's reset that, and let's just say so this is similar to what I want to have on uh this is similar to what I want to have on iOS, but I want it to be a rather than it popping up or showing it on here. I want it to show a to have like a notification, and that is easy like because but the thing with the new notifications is that they scroll up, and then like and then you have to like move through it, and then like the screen shuts off and stuff. Like there's certain things about iOS that like I feel like maybe certain decisions were made that were like certain the clicker thing for the ringer, and like all these other things that are just not um, they're not they're like things that existed for it that just aren't like the fingerprint thing. That was my favorite thing. My iPhone has that, but like the newer ones they don't have that. They have the Face ID, but like what's up with the Face ID? Like that's not good security. So let's just say instead of an hour it was 3 seconds. So this is what it's supposed to do. Yeah, and then you hear that sound, you see cofeffey, and you hit OK, and then it starts over. Boom. I just have it as reset 0 1 start. So that's my concept thing, right, in the HTML thing. But like it would have to be an actual app, it would have to be utility, and have to be free. Those is the criteria for the guy who came up with the idea. So something to make that happen, or maybe I'll make it happen somehow.